Hey guys, welcome back to the Unlimited Potential podcast. Changed it up a little bit today, took some advice from a mentor of mine, John Murray. Parked the car, undistracted. He was right, when you're recording a video, driving, you might be distracted, and I didn't want to put anybody else at risk, so decided to keep the theme in the whip, but park it and get my thoughts out in a constructive way. But today, essentially, we wanted to talk about the importance of a training log. There's something that we did for our summer program. We're in the process of giving all our guys a training log. Just a notebook, a regular notebook that we're going to track essentially everything we do in terms of in the weight room and on the turf, all that type of stuff in this logbook. And I wanted to talk today about, the importance of journaling or of tracking your training, and why it's important and how it kind of will help you in other aspects of your life as well. But first and foremost, accountability is a huge thing to consider when it comes to journaling or tracking your training in a logbook. If you're not holding yourself accountable to your training, you're gonna get nowhere when it comes to your development. If you're not all in, if you're not bought into it, and you're just kind of going through the motions, you can't blame us coaches if you don't see any development or any progress, right? That's a you problem, not a me problem. But we're going to do our best to try to motivate you and keep you and hold you accountable. But that training logbook is just something, a little bit more that gives you that extra push. So that's reason number one. Number two, measuring. You have something that's measuring your progress, measuring your development. Because if in week two, after we go through some testing, week two, we're doing trap bar deadlifts and we're doing 4x6. And in week 5, week 2, you do 4x6 at 205, and then in week 5 or 6, you hit 225 for 4x6, right? You can always go back and see your progress, and that stuff's important. You're always seeing that, and you're measuring it. So the measurable aspect of a training log is important too. Hitting PBs, personal best, you're always tracking that stuff, and that stuff's going to instill a little bit of confidence in you as well, right? We have accountability. That measurability, and what else do we got? We got reflection. Reflection is a good one, where we're always kind of able to go back and see our progress and reflect on it, and learn from it as well, right? Because sometimes it's not always sunshines and rainbows. Sometimes you're stuck and you're plateauing at your bench press at 185, and you can't get over 5 reps at 185, and it's been like that for weeks and weeks. You will always have that chance to reflect and go back and see what we need to tweak, see what we need to change. And that's where training is, that two-way street, right? The coach and the athlete, they work together for a common goal. If we have nothing to look back on, we got nothing that we can try to change and make better. So that's another aspect on it, the reflection side of things. And the last thing that I was reflecting on too, this idea kind of stemmed from my guy, Mike Robertson, who he always talks about readiness for training, readiness for life, anything in general, and preparation, how important it is to prepare for certain aspects of your life, especially for training, right? That readiness, if you're writing out your training prior, the day before, or the morning of, before you get into the weight room, you're kind of preparing your mind mentally as well, getting in the right step. Me personally, when it comes to readiness, I like to use my journal. In the mornings I wake up, I write 4 things that I'm grateful for, and then I write 4 things that I want to accomplish. And from there, it just kind of preps my mind, get things rolling in a positive direction, and it keeps you accountable. Going back to that accountability, right? If you see it, if it's written down, I'm telling you, it works. You will hold yourself more accountable to your training, to your goals, all that type of stuff. So readiness is another portion that I really like to use, really think is a good reason why journaling is important, or tracking your training in a logbook is important. So yeah, hopefully this inspired some of you guys to go pick up a notebook from a dollar store, from Staples, wherever you buy your stationery stuff. Start tracking your training for the summer. Maybe not just your training, write some goals in it, stuff that you want to accomplish, anything you want really. Use the journal, try to let it go flow state. You don't have to write in it every single day. It can be every time you train, it can be once a week, it can be once a month. Anything is better than nothing. Try it out, let me know how it goes. Looking forward to talking to you guys soon.